Yo, what's good, Wavy Baby? It's your boy Cali Wave, and we're here today. We're gonna react to Logan Paul's response to Coffeezilla's scam allegations. If you haven't seen Coffeezilla's video, then you're tripping. He has put out two or three parts to this video. It's not only naming Logan Paul, he's also naming who's he naming? Eddie. So it's a few people, it's a few parts to this conversation. Basically, the allegations are multiple people have were scammed out of a crypto that a lot of people's favorite YouTuber backed. Now, to just call him a scammer, I don't think that necessarily may have been the case, but he for surely dropped the ball and he wasn't transparent and clear with people. Understandably, Logan got a lot going on. He got WWE, he got Prime, he has, multiple things he's working on as well as other people who are signed under his, management or however that goes. You know what I mean? Then he got Impulsive, etc. But the thing is, when you're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions of dollars of people's money, you got to say something. It's not it's super normal for creators to get behind a NFT project or a crypto project because they're getting paid. So they say all kind of shit. You see the Kardashians say all kind of stuff. Logan's problem is he said this was his and he put all of that in there. A lot of people believed in him. He just kind of got off that redemption arc of redeeming himself. Nobody's even tripping off the stuff that he did a few years ago anymore. He's just, he's Logan with a beard down. He's not naked face Logan, okay? So we're gonna check out his response to Coffeezilla's video. I think the smartest response would be like, "Hey man, we dropped the ball. I should have reached out to him and just told him like it was." But we're gonna see what he says.
Coffeezilla tried to work with law enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to
Okay. We're gonna start off from the beginning.
You have successfully used my name for views and money. While your work used to be impartial, your addiction to clicks has clouded your judgment and you've made very real errors with very real repercussions. Coffee, you took a shot at my reputation. So in this video today, I'm gonna be defending myself with facts, something that you have gotten in the habit of twisting as you continue to morph from an investigator to a gossip channel. You see, Coffeezilla tried to work with law enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to truth and often speculative. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance. But as opposed to just telling you, I'm going to show you some of the core.
Did he say he was the Keemstar of crypto and finance? What does he mean? What does he mean by that? You mean he's like hype about it, or what you got against Keemstar, bro? What's going on? Because Keemstar fuck with the pause.
Discrepancies that I caught in Coffeezilla's investigation. Coffee, you interviewed the developer who stole the game code, fled to Switzerland, and held it hostage for $1 million. Well, his name is Zach Kelling. Surely, as the internet detective that you proclaim to be, you would know that he spent time in prison for multiple felonies, one for aggravated robbery, armed robbery at a liquor store, and the other for, surprise, obstructing the legal process.
Okay, check this out. Anybody can go to jail for a bunch of things. The fact that he's throwing that dude under the bus doesn't say that dude didn't do what he said he was going to do. Sounds like dude got drunk and got in trouble. People do that all the time. Some of your favorite stars, favorite actors, and favorite artists have been in car accidents, have hurt people physically in other ways, and have done drugs and gotten felonies and stuff. And it doesn't mean that they're a bad person or that they're continuously doing that. So, let's see the shift to blame, first of all, of him doing that. Also, Coffeezilla wasn't dropping a whole bunch of people behind the scenes names like that. So
I can see why you kept him anonymous.
Who we'll be calling Z here.
I guess among many things, it doesn't surprise me that he lied about having 30 engineers and a $50,000 a week burn rate.
On my end, I have 30 engineers. I'm burning $50,000 a week.
Which, side note, is how this delusionist landed on the $1 million code ransom, but it turns out he only had 3 engineers. Wouldn't someone with journalistic integrity know their credible source had not only an agenda, but a fondness for orange jumpsuits? Or did you just hear what you wanted to hear and moved on? Because even if you're lying to yourself, Steven, you still have to believe it. And I know what you're thinking. What type of idiot would work with an unsavory individual like Zach Kelling? I guess that's what I get for trusting the team that I relied on to vet and manage Eddie's hiring process, who has turned out to be a professional conman that I have since learned fooled billionaires, the Mormon Church, the owner of the New York Yankees, and now me. And surely you knew Emilio, the gentleman who supposedly let his child invest in a cryptocurrency, was allegedly responsible for 2 rug pulls before you interviewed him. So either you missed that or you knew it and failed to let the public know. Why? Because it was a clear sign that he was also untrustworthy. You seemed pretty excited when the guy told you that he couldn't hatch the eggs.
Wait, you can't even hatch?
No, I'm telling you, it's just a picture.
You're kidding! You can't hatch?
You're kidding. You can't hatch?
You can't hatch?
Yeah, 1 second of research would prove that to be false, as you can definitely hatch eggs. And
Let's go back. Did y'all just see the egg that hatched? That was a template from the Pokemon. I ain't stupid. That is a template from Pokemon Go.
hatch?
You can't hatch?
Yeah, 1 second of research would prove that to be false.
Yeah, that was a horrible hatch. It didn't pop out of it or anything, and that's just a fucking deer. And I wonder how he's gonna debate the fact of these still just being stolen images. That isn't even mixed with anything. That's just a fucking deer, bro.
As you can definitely hatch eggs and even breed your animals.
That's an elephant.
On that. Oh, we got a duck.
And as you pointed out in your fine print, cross-hatching was available on ETH at one point, but you perpetuated the opposite as truth with your chest out.
Basically, nothing worked.
And by the way, Guy, almost all NFTs are just pictures.
I'm telling you, it's just a picture.
And surely a real internet detective would
Yeah,
not
but the
break
thing
criminal
about
and
it
civil
is, it's a picture that's just on Google, bro. It's nothing special about it. It's just a normal picture. It's not even a special created picture that some artist created or anything.
laws in trying to get information, right? So why have you allowed the illegal recording of Jeff's phone call without his permission? And then more like an internet criminal, post it online.
And it was interesting. It was like, this is wild.
Now, although you didn't verify any backgrounds, substantiate any evidence, took multiple criminals' words as truth, and broke laws, you still published the defamation. However, unlike you, the blockchain doesn't lie. So let's highlight some things that you did point out. Crypto King Jake stole $6 million. True or not, we had already removed him from the team when we realized he was a bad actor and his motives were purely financial. Conman Eddie, lead developer, stole $1.7 million. True or not, when we learned he was a bad actor as well, he was immediately removed from the team. While myself and Jeff sold nothing and made nothing as verified through investigation and the blockchain.
Jeff, Logan's manager, to my knowledge, never sold. Neither did Logan Paul.
I repeat, Jeff and I made no money and will never make any money on CryptoZoo. In fact, we only lost money trying to pick up the pieces. As has been the case with dozens of crypto and NFT projects, the space is unfortunately ripe for bad actors to infiltrate projects that start with even the best intentions. Jake the Snake is no longer affiliated with CryptoZoo, and we hope the money he reappropriated was worth ruining his reputation. Conman Eddie is being investigated by a higher authority that I cannot speak on. As you can imagine, I was not cleared from legal to discuss much of this, including the legal process being undertaken and the criminal investigations going on during the fallout, but I do appreciate you calling out that rats under my nose stole the game code, millions of dollars, and left Jeff and I abandoned with no team and knives in our back. But even after 12 months of work, you've still managed to overlook one crucial piece of information. See, even though I've said it's coming so many times, you've assumed that CryptoZoo isn't being made. Who are you to decide when the development timeline ends? I got everything.
The deal with that, bro, is that you have people that invested millions of dollars into your game still. Actual normal people, like an average Joe like me and a bunch of other dudes on the internet. So the fact is, you haven't said anything to them. That's the thing. If somebody gives you money to buy something from you and you never send them the shit, or the shit don't work, and they're like, hey, bro, like, this don't work, you still got to reach out. You got to say something, and you haven't. So that's a big thing that you didn't say anything.
Stolen from me and our community, stopped promoting publicly as soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took all of the heat on social, and you still published a defamatory hit piece fully knowing I was innocent just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million studio. Sharp, but deeply unethical, dangerously misleading, and illegal. I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it. And maybe we could have talked about this if you had reached out to me, personally, not my manager, Jeff, who
Your manager should have contacted you. There you go. Not my manager, Jeff. Your manager should have contacted you immediately. Like, hey, Logan, you should probably give Coffeezilla a call. He's trying to contact us about this game. Sounds like a smart move for a manager.
is not me, Me, Steven. But the first time you did was on Christmas Eve after you released your series so you could rely on false statements and unreliable people used recklessly. The subject line was third request for comment. Yeah, not quite. This will be my third time reaching out to you and your team. The first 2 times were through your manager, Jeff. The first 2 times were through your manager, Jeff. Okay, so the last time on Christmas Eve, after the fact, was to me. You have a funny way of twisting things. And I also noticed you left out that part on Twitter. Why hide that? Trust me, CryptoZoo is coming. I will make damn sure of it. And honestly, it sucks that after years of personal reform, going through trials and tribulations and busting my ass to evolve into a person that I can say I'm actually proud of, you led the charge to drive and monetize a narrative telling millions of people that I'm a fraud or I tried to scam my audience. That is patently false. This video is mainly for my fans and anyone who's on the fence that I hope I can help understand a situation that is tremendously complex but has been oversimplified for both views and clicks. And lastly, Coffeezilla. I now know your motives with this. Clout and money, good for you, but also you're slimy as so I'm not going to come on any of your podcasts. If you want to come on Impulsive and talk about this, that's fine. You've denied my invitation multiple times. You're still invited. It can be a one-on-one. If not, we're going to handle this ourselves while we continue to build CryptoZoo, and I'll see you in court.
Come in 2023/2024. What's happening? I don't know, dude. I'm on the fence about it. I gotta be honest. Once I heard Coffeezilla's take on it, I was on his side, man. I was like, that sound right. Even though the boy didn't invest in it, it sounds right. Um, Hearing Logan speak, like, you know what I mean? It's like maybe kind of on the fence about it. Like maybe I don't know. I mean, we got to see what happens or whatever. You know, it's a stupid apology though. Like my apology would have been to the fans, and the whole reason he didn't obviously drop that video where he's green screen with Coffeezilla stuff is because he got a lot of lack on that on the internet. People are not having it. They was like, bro, just speak. Just speak. Don't do that. Anyways, I hope you guys like the reaction video. Give me you guys' opinion on the whole thing that's going on, and you know, hit that subscribe button in the comments down below. Let's talk about it. I'm out.